Well, boys, it's Dan. Welcome back to another Premier League video. Before we get into the video, can we go down in the comments and put hashtag prayer for Ukraine, please? It's so bad what's going on over at the moment, but hopefully we can pull through. But I think this week's guest, Jack, has his opinion on the Ukraine stuff as well. What does he think?
Hello guys, it's Footing here, and it's a pleasure as always to be back on my man Dan's channel, Dan2301, for another week of the Premier League predictions. I believe this is my second or third time on the channel this year, so obviously as always, Dan, absolute pleasure for having me back on, man. Obviously Dan did want me to say, just to start off the video today, about obviously Ukraine and what's going on right now as well. Obviously, you know, it's awful, I'm sure, boys, I've heard about it as well, man. It's not good to hear what's going on over there. Obviously the war, obviously innocent Ukrainian people, and innocent people over there in Ukraine getting, badly hurt in this war, man. So yeah, thoughts for them. Obviously regarding football as well, obviously we've seen with Zinchenko and obviously Mikalenko there the weekend gone by, with obviously City, whenever City and Everton were playing, we've seen what happened there as well with their embrace. But it's not easy, man. I also watched a Gary Lineker and BBC interview with Zinchenko as well, man. You can just see, man, that's his whole is literally where he grew up. It's been destroyed by this war, man. So thoughts with Ukraine as a country and all their people, man. And yeah, let's jump on to the Premier League predictions, man. But yeah, thoughts for Ukraine, and obviously get in the comments for that as well, man. And let's show some support for this Ukraine, man, because yeah, it's not easy what's going on over there right now. And yeah, thoughts and prayers with them, man.
Yeah, and it's this week's guest. And that, if I would do, let's get into game week number 29 of the Premier League. Now, first game of the game week is Brighton Hove Albion versus Liverpool. Right now, Liverpool playing the right. They're in form. They need to keep winning games. Brighton have dropped off the pace since their draws and happening. But Brighton should improve. Liverpool should have enough. They should have more than enough. 3-0 to Liverpool. And Mr. Jack, what are you going for in this game, my man?
And then, so we start with the Premier League predictions then this week. As always, Dan, a big pleasure for having me back on, mate. I really appreciate it. Obviously, first game, we start with a half-12 game. The BT Sport early kickoff on the Saturday. It is Brighton at home to Liverpool. In this game, I think Liverpool are going to continue winning. I mean, Brighton have kind of had a little bit of a lull in the last few games. Brighton are always a match for anyone. They play good football. Their manager's a top coach, in my opinion, Graham Potter. And they've had a good season. They as I say, they play great football, and they've been picking up results this season. However, Liverpool, right? They're chasing the league, so they're not going to be an easy feat. It won't be easy for Liverpool. I'm not going to say, I think my prediction for this game is going to be 2-0 Liverpool. I think they'll not steamroll Brighton. Not many teams do. Brighton, as I say, they're a good football side, but they're a match for any team in the league, in my opinion. Yes, of course, they've had, as I say, recently they were doing quite well up to recently, and then last few weeks they've struggled a wee bit, but it's normal for a team to hit a wee bit of a lull at some point in the season, and Brighton are having that now, a wee bit of a bad patch, but they're firmly in mid-table, and they're having a good season. So yeah, but as I say, for this game, I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool. I think they're just going to continue winning, man. I mean, they won one the last weekend, even when they didn't play well. So that's the sign of a top team, when they can scrape wins even when they're not playing well. Because if you're doing that, then imagine what they're going to do when they are playing well. So I think Liverpool are going to win this, and it's going to be 2-0 Liverpool.
Brentford versus Burnley. Now, Brentford, decent form. Burnley, neither points. Everton had a score 90 against the new played last week. So we can keep going well off. I need to stay still. I want to give it still, I can't. There you go. Brentford 2. I'm going to go for Brentford 2, Burnley 1. And Jack, what are you going for in this game?
Moving into the 3 o'clock games then, the first one we've got is Brentford against Burnley. So I think with this one, Brentford at home. Brentford, a little bit, a few weeks ago you would have said, they're falling to this relegation zone. They're struggling a little bit, but they won last weekend, I believe, or else it was the weekend before. I do believe they won last weekend. They're starting to pick up a wee bit of points now, and I always think, even though Brentford the last couple of weeks have, before their recent result of winning, I never seen them this season as going down. Once they started the season well, they obviously had a bad patch during the middle of the season, but they're still good enough to stay out. I think they've got enough. So, and I think they will win this game as well. I think you're going to get a tight game, but I'm going to go with a 2-1 Brentford win in this one. Burnley, though, I mean, they're surprising people, man. They're scoring goals. They won 3-0 a couple weeks ago. They also picked up a few points recently as well. They got a draw against us. Typical us. We of course we do draw against them as a United fan, of course, and down the same. But yes, I do believe that this Brentford team will have enough for Burnley and they'll win 2-1. Move
to Manchester United versus Spurs. Aston Villa United got smashed 4-1 by Man City in the derby on Sunday, and Spurs beat Everton 5-0 at the 5 on Monday night. Both teams here are in that top 4 race, but I'll back the boys. I'll back Man United. We need Ronaldo back. Varane's got COVID. Shaw's got COVID. Spurs are just insane. I'm gonna go 2-2. I'm going to say it will be a 2-2 draw between Spurs and United. And Jack, as a Man United fan, what are you going for, mate? Are you going for United to win, or a draw, or Spurs win?
On then, the 5:30 kickoff on Saturday is United-Tottenham. So Manchester United against Tottenham. 5:30 kickoff on the Saturday. For this game, obviously, we're in awful form, man. You know, it's hard. It's probably the hardest team to predict results for is Man United, because we can play so bad and still get a result. We can play so bad, not get a result, or we can actually turn up in games. Some games. Obviously, coming off the back of that City game, awful. The players gave up after 70 minutes. City were able to pass the ball around just easily without any pressure. You know, awful performance for that the last bit of the game, and just embarrassing. You know, City fans in the stands olaying every pass, man. That is not what you want. You know, it's okay. You know, City obviously have a higher quality squad than ours. You know, and they're a better team with better players than us, right? But, you know, that's not the point. You know, in a derby, that's a leveler, and you gotta match them, but we didn't. You know, you gotta match their intensity. We didn't. So yeah, that says it all really. But I think this game, United Tottenham. I mean, Tottenham they're a good side, obviously, and they you know they are going for top 4. But I believe, I mean, we'll get into Arsenal later, should I say, but I believe Arsenal, it's their top 4 to lose at the minute, and I believe that Tottenham, they're going to be inconsistent, like United, going into the last, 10, 11 match weeks of the season. And so for this game, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw between United and Tottenham. I don't think any team's going to take the initiative and win this game, so I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw, score draw on this one for United Tottenham. Sunday's game.
They move to Chelsea versus Newcastle now. This game could be a shock. Newcastle, in theory, have played really well. So Chelsea, but Chelsea, you'd expect that half of 4. Chelsea 4, Newcastle United 0. And Jack, what are you going for, mate, in this game?
Games then we start with Chelsea against Newcastle. Newcastle then. Going to keep this short and sweet. Obviously, Newcastle, I do believe they're going to stay up, picking up results, quite recently as well. They're quite a nice, they're getting a little bit of a win streak and getting points on the board, which they need, and they did need them. And that's all they need this season. Newcastle stay up this season, then they rebuild in the summer. That's what they need, and I think they will do that. However, in this game, Chelsea, I think they'll have far too much for this Newcastle side. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Chelsea win.
And they move to Everton versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, Everton need the win here. Everton need to bounce back after that 5-0 drumming after that 5-0 dismantling against Spurs, like I said. But Wolves, they're alright. Wolves are playing alright. As you're saying this, I've just been to the Wolves game against Watford, so Wolves away from it isn't that good. Like, their away from it's better than at home for a minute. So I'm gonna say Everton 2, Wolves 1. And Mr. Jack, what are you going for, mate, in this game?
Wolves then, another quick one here. I'm going to go with a Wolves win. I think Everton are absolutely abysmal right now, and their form is atrocious, and it's crazy. I'm not saying Everton have an insane squad, but their squad should be the squad they've got should be nowhere near that relegation zone, because they do have a number of high quality players on that side, and they just don't seem to be getting the most out of them, or they're just not picking up points, are they? So Wolves Everton on Sunday, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Wolves. Yeah, 2-1 win for Wolves. I think to be honest though, I think I can see it being 2-0 and then Everton get a late goal. I can see it being a comfortable enough win for Wolves. I know they fell off a little bit recently and they were chasing top, well, certainly Europa League, but maybe even some optimistic fans, Wolverhampton fans maybe thought they might get top 4, but no, that was out of their reach. I think Europa League might be out of their reach now as well, or near enough out of their reach, but they are a team that can beat anyone their day, and I think Wolves are going to beat Everton, so yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Wolves. It's not.
I'm going to move to the biggest game of probably the game week. Leeds United versus Norwich. Leeds, this is the first game for Jesse Mars at home. Norwich is definitely. I mean, you don't know how Leeds are going to play under Jesse Mars at home. But will he be back with the fans? Will he be turned on? Will Norwich turn up? Let's give me some goals. 3-2 Leeds. Leeds' defence is good. I mean, they have got Bamford back on the bench, so that's one good thing for Leeds. They got Bamford back. But Jack, you're gonna go for a Leeds win, a Norwich win, or a draw?
Norwich then, I'm going to go, keep this nice and short, Leeds against Norwich. I'm going to go, obviously Leeds with a new manager in that, the Jesse Marsh, obviously the Marsh, should I say, not March. Solly Marsh, I'm thinking of, from Brighton. Jesse Marsh, he obviously new Leeds manager. Yeah, Leeds against Norwich. I'm going to go, I was going to say 0-0, not being 0-0, because Norwich can see a lot of goals, Leeds can see a lot of goals. I'm going to go with a 2-all in this game between Leeds and Norwich. I say it's going to be a draw. But it's got to be a score draw because of how both teams are defensively, So yeah, 2-all on this one.
Move to Southampton versus Watford now. I don't know how Watford will play. I don't know how Watford will play against Wolves. But one thing I can tell you is that away form is better than their home form. I mean, Southampton's home form isn't the best. 2-1 to Watford. Hopefully Watford can pull through and get 3 points. And Jack, what are you going for, mate, in this game?
Southampton against Watford then. Southampton-Watford. I will go, keep this nice and short and sweet again. I'm going to go Southampton. Obviously, as always, good football inside. Like the press, and they're having a decent season in mid-table again. I'm going to go Southampton-Watford. So obviously Watford need the points to keep their hopes of staying up. I'm going to go to 1-all on this one. 1-all between Southampton and Watford.
I move to West Ham versus Aston Villa. Now, West Ham, they're playing alright. Aston Villa still up there. Still trying to put themselves out of that danger. I mean, they are out of that danger zone. But they need to play better out of that danger zone. But West Ham, if they want to keep up with these top 4 people, they need to start getting these wins. And I think it'll be a scrappy 2-1 to West Ham. And Jack, what are you going for, mate, for this game?
Then West Ham at home to Villa then. Yet again, two very, very good sides this season. I mean, 2 teams are going to be chasing, in this next new era, in the next 4 or 5 years. The West Hams and the Aston Villas this world, the Newcastles this world, they're going to be coming up for these top 4 places. As for this season, though, obviously West Ham and Villa, they're kind of around. I mean, Villa are mid-table, West Ham are just behind. I think they're 7th at the minute, or 6th or 7th, chasing those Europa League spots. But I think for this one, I'm going to go with a draw again. I'm going to go with West Ham 2, Aston Villa 2. Arsenal.
Thank you. And I move to Arsenal versus Leicester. Now Arsenal currently sitting for a point ahead of Manchester United in 5th. This top 4 now, Arsenal still have 3 in hand as well. Arsenal good. Leicester getting back to form now, Vardy. 2-2. I'm keeping this short and sweet, boys. And Jack, what are you going for, pal, in this game?
Leicester then, the last game on the Sunday, the 4:30 kickoff. Arsenal-Leicester, I'm going to go with, yet again, I think Arsenal are in good form at the minute. The league is the only competition they're playing in, which I think is helping them this season. And as I said earlier, they're definitely favourites to get top 4, but it really is theirs to lose, man. I mean, they're like 6, 7, 8 points ahead. I think 9 points. Sorry, they're 1 point ahead of us with 3 games to go. 3 games in hand over United. So, yeah, that's if they lose that, then I mean it is Arsenal. They do bottle things, but I can't see them bottling that. And also we're inconsistent ourselves, so we'll not be able to chase them. But in this game, Arsenal-Leicester, I'm going to go with a 2-0 Arsenal win in this one. I think Arsenal are going to continue their good form, and they will win this one comfortably.
They move to the last game of the game week, which will be Crystal Palace versus Man City. Now, Man City smashed Man United 4-1 at home in the derby on Sunday. I want to say, fair play Man City, they were good, but United were absolutely shocking. It was literally Memby boys. You can tell why there's a 22-point gap between us and City, between City and United. You can tell. We're just that bad. But Palace, played alright. Palace at home are decent. But Man City, you just assume Man City to breeze past. I'm not assuming Man City will breeze this. I'm going to say it'll be a close game of 1-0 to Man City. Because Palace are really good defensively. And Jack, for the final time in this game week, what do you think, mate?
Wrap up this week's Premier League predictions. We then end with Crystal Palace at home to Man City on the Monday Night Football. For this one, I'm going to go with a Man City win. That'll come as no surprise. I'm going to go with I could ramble on, but we're going to keep it nice and short and sweet. I'm going to go with a Man City win, 3-1. 3-1 Man City, comfortable enough win away from home, standard. Just a quality team out there, and they're going for the league, so the pressure's on. That's what's going on now in the league. Liverpool win, City win. They know themselves. They know themselves. They need to win. They need to keep winning because they know Liverpool know City are on their trail, and City know that Liverpool are on their trail. So they need to keep winning. It's going to be an interesting title race this last 10, 11 games, man. But yeah, as always, Dan, appreciate you getting me on the prediction show as always, mates. I think it's my second or third time on this season. Big thanks as always, man. I always love doing these. I watch them every week anyway, even when I'm not on. And always good to be on myself. So, big up yourself, Dan. Legend, mate. Appreciate that. Make sure to like this video, boys. And make sure you go and subscribe to Dan. As always, he's on the road towards 200 subscribers. Go and check him out. And as always, Dan, pleasure being on, mate. And I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you, mate. Thank you, boys, for watching. Thanks for these last 2 videos, actually. I probably did that the Wolves one went out so early on the same day as this or the night before, because I just want to get it out. I wanted to get it out and viewed. I want to get it out, and thank you very much for the support. Yeah, remember, hashtag Ukraine, pray for Ukraine in the comments, just after I haven't happened over that minute. But I'll see you, as you can tell, the thumbnail has changed to Ukraine themed. I'm hopefully going to get the logo changed to Ukraine background as well. Until then, boys, have a good weekend. Hopefully your team wins. I'll see you lot next week for another Premier League. Until then, have a good day and peace out.